My name is Michelle and welcome back to the Sewpapilla channel. If you're new here, welcome. I just got off work and I wanted to quickly jump on here to say hello and to let you know that today we are going to be making some cute pajama boxers. I'm also going to offer a free sewing pattern. This pattern still needs some work, but I was just so excited because I've made several pajama pants and boxers, and they came out, for me, they came out really nice and I was really proud of them. If you like the straight leg, boxy, loose PJ pants or boxers, then this pattern might be great for you. And I would love for you to give it a try and let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to be using the Madras pastel flannel fabric today for this. It's really pretty and I think it's going to look really nice. And for the pants, I'm just going to use like a cream ivory for a simple look. And if you haven't seen the other video that I made, the winter fabric haul, if you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. I'll go ahead and link it above. I had a few projects on there that I said I was going to make. That's what I'm going to be working on this weekend. I had mentioned in that video that I had recently had surgery, and the plans that I had around the winter fabric haul were designed mostly for my recovery. It was cozy at home, like relaxed loungewear. So I have 1, 2, 3 things to make this weekend. And they're super simple and super easy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying to fit it all in one weekend. But I can literally make each set in probably 1 hour. But for you, I'm going to go ahead and take it slow, step by step. And that way, if you do decide to use my sewing pattern to make your very own, we can do it together. So let me go ahead and get changed, pull my hair back, and get comfortable. I'll meet you back here at the sewing table in just a bit. Okay, I'm back and put my hair back. It was a little stuffy. The free sewing pattern that I have available to you in the description below, it's a free download. And I wanted to remind you that I'm learning how to make sewing patterns, so if I have mistakes on there, just be nice and bear with me. It is offered to you to play around with and create an easy boxer short to lounge around the house if you wish. The pattern is not graded, and so if you are a professional or you have experience grading, you may do so, but I just want to let you know ahead of time that the pattern down below is not graded, meaning it doesn't offer multiple sizes. However, the pattern is really boxy and it's roomy around the waist and the thighs and the legs. It's a straight leg, so I feel that this pattern can offer comfort to like a small large, if that makes sense. But it's like if you have a 26-inch waist, you'll be able to fit in these nicely. It will fit a medium and it'll fit a large up to probably a 42-inch waist. And I apologize if it won't fit other sizes, and I'm working on it. I am trying my best to teach myself, and I'll possibly end up taking some classes to learn the grading part. That way I can offer some free DIY patterns so you can sew along with me, which I would absolutely love. Here is the sewing pattern after you print it out, and it is in the letter format. The nice thing about this sewing pattern is you can combine this pattern into multiple designs. You can have a long pant, waist to ankle, or you can have a cuffed pant, or you can even make just a boxer short. So you choose what you want to do, whatever mood you're in, or however much fabric that you have left over. You decide what you want to do. There's multiple things that you can do with this one single pattern. You can change up the pockets. You can have seam pockets. You can have front pockets, cargo pant pockets, anything that you want. It's up to you. So, but for this sewing project that I am doing this weekend, I'm sticking to the side seam pocket. It seems to be fairly easy, or it is pretty easy. I think I might even on one of the pants throw in like a cargo pocket. That way you can see how I do it. Let me clear up my mess and we'll go ahead and get started. The first thing that you'll want to do is download the sewing pattern and print it out at full scale or at 100%. I made it fairly easy to put together. I have a small diagram right here labeled with the page numbers, and you just follow this guide and it'll help you put the pages together. And there are no borders around each page to cut, so no cutting borders. All you have to do is print it out and line up the edges of the pages. That's all you have to do. So print it out and then straight away line up your edges and your corners and tape them until you have all of the pages taped together. So if you just want to make the shorts, all you would need to do is print out row A, row B, and that's it. If you want the full pant, the PJ pant, then of course you would print out all of them. Okay, so here's my pockets. Here's the back pattern, the front pattern. Right here I'm using my master sewing pattern for my boxers, and I will cut out my design and then we'll be ready to get started. You'll need to transfer all of your markings from your sewing pattern onto your fabric, and I'm going to do that with my tailor's chalk that I have. The two most important markings I would say would be the pocket line and the notch line, and the other lines on the edge of the sewing pattern, that's up to you. It's optional. I like to do it because it shows me the guide where I need to fold the waistline for the elastic, and it just makes it easier. So it's your choice if you want to mark these lines at the edges or not. I do recommend marking your front and back pieces. That way there's no confusion which is which during sewing. Onto the pockets, what you'll want to do is serge the edges of the curve on the pockets. If you don't have a serger, that's okay. You can either use pinking shears or you can do a zigzag stitch with the sewing machine. After sewing, you'll want to press your pockets so they're nice and neat. With the right sides of the fabric together, place the pocket to the front and back pieces. You'll want to pin it in place and then sew from the top of the pocket to the bottom of the pocket. You'll want to sew on the edge about 0.635 centimeters or 1/4 of an inch. Then repeat it on the others. Then you'll want to serge the edges, or if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag stitch on your sewing machine or use your pinking shears. Now you'll want to flip your pocket over so it's resting on top of the seam that you just serged, and you'll want to press it nice and neat. Then you'll repeat this on the other pieces. With the right sides of the fabric facing each other, you'll want to place the front piece onto the back piece. And then you'll want to line up the pockets. And once you have the shorts and the pockets lined up, secure it and then sew from the waistline downwards around the curve of the pocket, then down to the hemline. And then repeat it on the other side. Now sew along the edge about 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeters. And when you come around the pocket curve, you'll want to sew as close to the edge as you can, probably about 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch. Then you'll want to repeat it on the other side. On the inside, you'll want to press the seams nice and neatly, and then you'll want to flip it over on the front side and press it nice and neat down the seam line, and press your pockets flat so it's nice and crisp. With the right sides of the fabric facing each other, you'll want to fold the front over onto the back side of the boxer and match up the inseam or crotch line. And you'll want to sew along the edge about 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeters. Then you'll repeat it on the other side. Now finish it off by serging the edges. You can use pinking shears or the zigzag stitch. Here we're going to attach the front piece to the back piece, and this is kind of tricky. The boxer on the left is inside out, and the boxer on the right is right side out. You'll want to place the boxer on the right on the inside of the boxer on the left, and you'll want to match up the inseam or crotch area together, and then you'll want to pin it, and then it's ready to sew. If it's still too confusing, try this. The boxer on the left is inside out, and the boxer on the right is right side out. What you'll want to do is match the seams together with the right sides facing each other. You'll want to pin it and pin it as you go along. And sew along the edge a 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeters. Then you'll serge the edges, or you may use pinking shears or zigzag stitch with your sewing machine. You'll want to give it a good press. Press the seams to the front, and then we'll be ready to start on the hem. To finish off the hem for the leg holes, you'll want to fold over the edge a 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeters. Then you'll want to fold it over again and press. Secure the hem with pins, or you may use clips, and then we'll get ready to sew. We'll sew along the edge, and then we'll repeat it on the other side. Now onto the waistline. Earlier I placed markings of the lines as guides on the waistline. So now what I'm going to do is follow the first line and fold over the edge about a 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeters. Now I'm going to press down from the second line. And the third line will be my guide for the waistline. When we sew this, we're going to leave a gap. That way we have a tunnel for the elastic to go through. Now you'll want to sew along the edge all the way around, ensuring that you leave a gap for the elastic. To feed my elastic through, I used a safety pin and pinned it to the edge of my elastic. Then I fed it through all the way around the waistline until I came out the other side. Be careful not to twist the elastic while pulling the gathers. With the ends of the elastic together, I just sewed along the edge about a 1/2 inch, and I just went forward and backwards multiple times like a zigzag, and it didn't look pretty, but no one's going to see it, so I just went over it several times to make sure it was secure. Instead of leaving the elastic with a flap, I just flattened it and then sewed along this as well, just to have some extra security. To push the elastic to the inside, you can just give it a slight stretch of the elastic and it'll pop right in. And then what you'll want to do is sew the opening closed, and then we're done. You can either be done, or you can sew along the waistline and secure the elastic so there's no twisting. But I chose not to do that to these boxers, but I think it would be a great idea so when you wash it, there's no twisting of the elastic on the inside. Well, that's the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I would love it if you give me a like. And if you love the type of content that I make here on the Sewpapilla channel, I would love it if you subscribe, and that way you won't miss any future videos. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please ask me down below in the comment section. And so anyways, guys, yes, I'm going to go ahead and go for now. I will post another video next Sunday, and I will see you then. Okay? Bye.